the NLDS in Philadelphia. Game number 2 of a very bizarre series between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Welcome, everybody. This is fun. This is so far so good. The NLDS has the Philadelphia Phillies in game number 1. We're down 4-0, and Mike Schmidt decided he wanted to do everything himself. So Philadelphia, a 6-5 win, and you see those are the days, and 6-5 Philadelphia win. Philadelphia will start off, I believe that's John Denny, and for Atlanta, I think that's McMurtry. We got to see, though. So the Philadelphia Phillies here in game number 2. We're going to be ready to go. Atlanta will be up. Atlanta really thought. As we come here, here's John Denny, 6'3", 185, age 30. Very big here. Philadelphia is the only home team with a 1-0 lead. And here's Brett Butler, who was 2 for 5 last time. He has a 400 average, and we're ready to go. John Denny, and we're underway. That'll be fouled off, 0-1. Last game, 2 for 5 with an RBI. Atlanta thought they should have won last game, but it was their strategy with Mike Schmidt, as Brett Butler will take a strike. The 0-2. High and fouled off. It was their approach to Mike Schmidt which made him lose. And that was hard to take. High 1-2. 60 degrees, clear skies. Wind blowing to left field. It's kind of cool here. As Philadelphia now, the 1-2 to Brett Butler. Swung and he missed. That's one strikeout today. John Denny looking good. And the NLDS, 4-pitch strikeout to Brett Butler. And now, Rafael Ramirez. He was really good yesterday. 667, 4 of 6. That's going to be a strike. He had no home runs, and he had an RBI. Denny would like to mow through the first part of the lineup. Second, that's Joe Morgan, the first 2 out. Joe Morgan, of course, with it turned out to be the game-winning home run. Yeah, Butler. Then Horner, Chambliss, Claudell, Washington. Very big. Benedict, Hubbard, and Royster. MV, good to see you, MV. MV is in the house. MV, I am going to do the soccer after this. And you will see which Legends teams get to go to the Legends World Cup. And we might even start that tomorrow. So, MV, always good to see. Oh, yeah, you'll love it. You'll get to see how Peru is doing. I think they're going to do well. They were second in that fast forward. I just don't have the time to do all the qualifying. So here's Dale Murphy. He was 1 for 5 today. This is MLB The Show. Yes, 21. There'll be a strike there. If I knew how to do, if Konami's game, the Japanese baseball, would let me do it, I would do it on Japanese baseball. Oh yeah, Cabillas is on there. And Oblitas is on there. Champitas is also on Peru. Struck him out, and that's going to be the end of the inning. Philadelphia 1-0. And right now, they go to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, Craig McMurtry. Craig McMurtry will be on. So Dernier, Bob Dernier, first time up. That'll be a strike. McMurtry will be on. Bottom of the first inning. Atlanta, a heartbreaker yesterday, but in the playoffs, you just got to forget about it. That'll go foul 0-2. The 0-2 to Dernier. Struck him out. Okay, with MLB 21, I got them off the vault. It is the 1983 rosters, and what I did as Greg Gross had a heck of a game yesterday. Greg Gross was unbelievable yesterday. But going back, what I did with the rosters, and that'll be hit to first. They'll give it right to McMurtry, 2 out. So I got the 1983 rosters. Now in 1983, as the Phillies have Dernier, Gross, Schmidt now at batting third, Diaz fourth, Morgan, Matthews, Perez, Gary Maddox, and Avonde Jesus will be up. So Mike Schmidt will be up. I guess they won an early 1-0 lead. So what I did with the rosters, it's 1983. And I got them from the vault. And I'll tell you one thing in a second. Remember, Mike Schmidt yesterday had 5 of the 6 RBIs. He had a grand slam, and he had a base hit to give him the lead. It was Joe Morgan with the other RBI. I didn't use the Houston Astros. They would have been good here, but I had to use the Colorado Rockies if I wanted to use the Houston Astros. So he was 4 for 4 last game, Mike Schmidt. Unbelievable game. And that's going to be fouled away again, 1-2. So instead of just giving the Rockies and going, hey, look, they're the Houston Astros, we're not Mr. Rogers pretend land. He struck him out, and Mike Schmidt will go down. So I just didn't use them. I used the Expos, which were only 2 games less, really. So we go to the second inning. Nobody's been on base. It's 0-0, 0-0. Sorry, you got me thinking soccer. Bob Horner. So here's Bob Horner now. Top of the second, it's going to be a ball outside. Atlanta, they came in 1983. They really believed that they could do it. There is the Astros in 83, but the Astros are in the American League in this game, so you can't use them in the playoffs because back then they were in the National League. So they put the Astros on the Colorado Rockies so they could play in the National League. But for immersion in 1983, that Astro team could be good. I didn't want a World Series with the Colorado Rockies, just calling them the Astros. So there we go, yeah. So that's why I didn't do that. So Horner, it's going to be 3-1 from John Denny. And Denny, that's deep to left field. Where will it be? And this one will be gone. It's a home run, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. Bob Horner is first to the postseason off John Denny, and it is 1-0. Oh, yeah, and the Braves, Joe Torre, their manager. Oh, so big. And again, they lead. Yesterday, they lead 4-0, and today they led 1-0. I'm so used to that going foul. Now here's Chris Chambliss. He knows something about home runs. 1976. Underneath, running in and making the catch. I remember them on TBS. Oh, yeah. So here come the Phillies of 83. You got Greg Gross in left, Maddox in center, Bob Dernier in right, Schmidt at third, De Jesus at short, Morgan at second, and Perez at first, and Bo Diaz will be the catcher. Yes, Joe Morgan and Tony Perez from the Cincinnati Reds. And they showed it yesterday. Perez on defense and Joe Morgan on offense. Now here's Claudell Washington. he would play for the Kansas City Royals in '85. And that'll be outside. This is on PS4. If it were on PS5, I would be able to download the stadium. I'd be able to download the stadiums on this, so I wouldn't be playing at, I'd be playing at Veterans Stadium. I wouldn't be playing at this now. To left field, and that's going to be a catch. 2 outs. In fact, what I want to do is, I'll probably get a PS5 in about December or so. But I love modding on my PC, because on the PC you can actually mod and get all the rosters. They're a lot easier. Here's Bruce Benedict. And that's going to be a ball up high. Yeah, there are people that make every stadium. So they have all the old ones like Fulton County, I know. They have Veterans, Three Rivers. And that would be great. High to right field. Should end the inning. Pete Rose is in right. No, it isn't Pete Rose. But Bob Horner. Bob Horner with the home run. And it is 1-0. No, MLB The Show. I'm going to take this break, tell you. MLB The Show is not on PC, or else I would have got that. I would have loved to get it on PC, because then you could do something. I got a very powerful, just like you, PC. And I love doing the games. In fact, next year, basketball, I'm going to run the Legends League and all the legendary teams and download the real rosters for that. And that's going to be a ball outside. So Bo Diaz, the catcher, was 0 for 4, and he had 2 strikeouts. Craig McMurtry, his 10th pitch, Diaz to center field. Running in and making the basket, catcher's 1 out. Look at the Braves lineup. The defensive lineup: Brett Butler in left, Dale Murphy in center, Claudell Washington in right, Horner, Ramirez, Hubbard, and Chambliss. On the infield, Butler would play for the Dodgers later on. And Dale Murphy was a heck of an underrated hitter. But here's Joe Morgan. He had the clincher yesterday. And that's going to be a ball. It turned out it was the home run that actually was the winning run. To first. 2 out. So different from the last game we had. There you see, Baltimore made it 1-1, and Detroit has a big game. Atlanta's feeling they should be up 1-0 here. The Blue Jays have a surprising 1-0 lead on a 2-1 win, and the Expos beat the Dodgers. So here's Gary Matthews. So these game twos are very big. All the hiccups by the good teams are already made. And that's going to be fouled off. I think on paper, this is probably the most even series. Probably the most even on paper. I'm not saying in regular games. And that's going to be a strike to Matthews. In fact, I would say that the Toronto upset is probably one of the biggest disparities. And I'm surprised the Orioles, that'll be reach for that. He'll pick that up and get the out. We end second inning, it's over. And we go to the third. The score: Atlanta 1 on the home run, Philadelphia 0. Glenn Hubbard. So Glenn Hubbard will come up here in the top of the third. Atlanta is up 1-0. Remember, Atlanta was up 4-0. And then that grand slam by Mike Schmidt. It'll be 3-0. Jerry Royster's on deck. Are they going to give Hubbard the green light? Hubbard's hitting .500. It's a strike in the corner. John Denny. This is going to be very big for Denny. That'll be a shot, foul. Oh yeah, oh yeah, next year I'm going to see which is easier to mod. Hold on, 3-2. And it'll be foul again. I'm going to keep soccer on the PC. I'm going to keep soccer on the PC. I did it now this year. Hold on, 3-2. And it'll be fouled again. I did it on the Football Manager because I wanted these legends to be, I wanted it to be stats. The 3-2, it'll be low. It's ball 4 and they walk them. So all of that and it'll be a runner on first. Yeah, FM, that's the only thing. I'm either thinking of Pez, I might go FIFA depending on how the gameplay is, because they say they're going to revamp it this year, and that's going to be a strike. They said that FIFA is going to be totally revamped. I want to see what they say about it. If they say it's good, because there's so many Legends mods on FIFA, I might go with FIFA. Now, FIFA and Pez, I like them both. I like Pez better. But FIFA allows you to go controller in the middle and let the computer play. For Pez, I got to download Cider. And then the smoke patches can get a little crazy. It takes me usually, as it's 1 and 2 to Jerry Royster, it usually takes me maybe a total of 28 hours. Oh, Schmidt, he'll throw to second. He'll throw to first. He's safe at first, and he's out at second. So there's going to be one out. But that's all Mike Schmidt. What a defensive play there. And Brett Butler, he struck out in the first. I will tell you this, that there'll be a strike there. Mike Schmidt has saved so many. He did, I think, have an error last game. But getting back to Pez, as Denny, that'll be low. They're not going to run. On Pez, it takes me about 20 to 30 hours of modding to get it to a point where I got all the people in, and I got Ciders downloaded, and I got all the graphical things and everything. So I'm hoping, you know, if FIFA ups their gameplay, then I can use that and cut down the modding hours, and it'll be 2 and 2. But I don't know about the, I do like the custom tournaments on Pez. I like the actual gameplay on Pez. The actual gameplay is great. The 2-2. And he got him, and he's going to be out. Brett Butler, he catches the tip. And John Denny has 3 strikeouts on the day. There's 2 outs. Yep, right into the glove. And here's Rafael Ramirez. And Rafael. That's going to be a ball outside. John Denny is missing it. 2 for 4 in the playoffs for Ramirez. He was 2 for 3 yesterday. And that'll be a strike. Keep saying yesterday with the game. Okay, I'll keep with Pez then, because I like Pez. And that's going to be a strike. The gameplay to Pez is great. I like the gameplay on Pez. And I like the fact that it's 1 and 2 with 2 outs. And I'm talking about there. Here we go. It'll be on the ground. The throw to second. He's out barely. He's out. I don't know why he did that, but Joe Morgan threw to second. My goodness. And we go to the bottom of the third. Pez Stats Database, Electric Triggers. Okay. Oh, that's great. If I'm hoping they're able to be used, because next year I want to focus on the Legends. I want to do 1 Legend Tournament. I want to do it with the 32 teams, either on Pez. Yeah, I want to do it on Pez, and I want to do the Legends. I'm doing it on Football Manager, and that's going to be a ball for Tony Perez, a former Cincinnati Red. But I like for Football Manager, that's like a stats thing. If you're really into stats, and I got to do a better job highlighting the stats, because I got to present that differently than I present a game like this. This is action and stats, because it's baseball. Baseball Manager, out of the park baseball, it'll be 3-2. Gary Maddox is on deck. Baseball Manager, out of the park baseball, it's all stats. That's why I have the website, so you can look on the stats, and I did the season. But now this is 3-2. Perez now, and it'll be low, and they're going to walk Perez, the former Cincinnati Red. And McMurtry, it'll be on first. And here's Gary Maddox, he hit 500. And OTP, yes, I have a tournament going. I have it right now, so go ahead, check every day. I'm in a round of 8 in the OOTP tournament. Oh, I love cricket. And that's going to be fouled off. I was thinking about doing a Cricket World Cup. So Cricket 19. I want to do that. That would be good. So Gary Maddox at 0-1. And that'll be a strike there, 0-2. Cricket 19 is awesome. So nobody out. Runner on first for Gary Maddox. He's hitting 500 in the playoffs. Maddox high, and he didn't like that. He missed that one. He'll tell you that one out.
Batting gun, the shortstop, number 11.
The reason why you don't see Vaughn Hayes in this game in right field is because he injured himself. He's gone 1 to 6 days, so he might miss this round. Here's Ivan De Jesus. If they go 7 days, 7 games, there he goes on the steal. The swing him, and he gets him saved. A 26 speed, just stole second base. He just stole second. The 0-1 De Jesus. Taking away the double play. They call that one a strike in the lower corner. Vaughn Hayes was hurt. He dove after in the 9th inning. Dove after a ball, and he hurt his arm, and he's out 1 to 6 days. So we got a new person in right. The 1-2 to De Jesus. High, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ivan De Jesus. 3-2. Big for De Jesus, the 3-2. Struck him out, he got him leaning. And the 3rd strikeout of the day for McMurtry. Oh, that was huge. And now here's Bob Dernier. Bob Dernier is Vaughn Hayes' replacement. And that'll be fouled off, 0-1. Now with 26 feet, in the 9th inning, Pete Rose took his position. Vaughn Hayes, but I don't see Pete Rose here. It was at the tail end of his career. That's a strike. 0-2. And now Dernier has the tying run on second here in the bottom of the 3rd. The pitch, outside 1-2. Big for Dernier, big for McMurtry. And fouled off. Bottom of the 3rd, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Into the ground, fouled again. so big. 1-0 Phillies. The pitch again, it's high, 2-2. Dernier would like to get out of this inning. 3 innings and 38 pitches. Little looper and a base hit. Will 26 speed score? They're going to throw home, and they will get him. He's out. They would send a guy with 26 speed home. And that's the first base hit of the day, and it is 1-0. Oh my. So close, and they get him. Good night. It was out at the plate, but it was by inches, so I don't know if you could fault him. And Dale Murphy will come in. He's 0 for 1 today. In the series, he's 1 for 6. He struck out earlier. So John Denny. Inside, that's a strike. Dale Murphy. You know, Dale, high into left field. This one's hit hard near the wall. And on the warning track, he got it 1 out. So Atlanta in the top of the 4th. What a catch. And here's Bob Horner. He's the only run of the game. He's hitting 400 in the series. In the series, he has 2 RBI in the 4th inning. And that's going to be fouled off, 0-1. Bob Horner. This Atlanta team and the Philadelphia team, 2 very good teams. Remember, Atlanta played actually in the NLCS that year. Why was it Atlanta? Because Atlanta was in the West. Even though they were on the East, they were on the West. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. It's going to be outside. 2-2. The 2-2 now with 1 out. And that'll be fouled off. Bob Horner. Horner the 2-2 with 1 out. He struck him out. It hit the ground, so they got to throw to first, and they get it 2 out. 2 base hits on the day total. And here's Chris Chambliss. He hasn't had a hit in this series. Of course, for the Atlanta Braves, a lot of people don't have any hits. There's a few donuts on there. They'll be 0-1. Again, you know, Chris Chambliss was a New York Yankee. In 1976, he won the ALCS. Everybody thinks it was Reggie Jackson. Barehanded by Joe Morgan, and he did not get him. That's an error on Joe Morgan. I was looking for the tag, but they did not tag him. Joe barehanded this, and he throws to first. He threw it away, and they couldn't tag him. So an error, and here's Clydell Washington. And Washington in the future would play for the Kansas City Royals. And that's going to be ball 1. 1-0. Top of the 4th inning. And that's going to be a strike. 1-1 to Clydell Washington. 1-0 Atlanta. Hard hit to right field, but Drarier's not even going to move, and that's going to be an out. They go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Atlanta 1, Philadelphia 0, and Mike Schmidt is coming to bat. Well, here's your buddy Greg Gross. Greg Gross was very big yesterday. No home runs, no RBI, but he was very good. I think he was 3 for 5 yesterday. He was 3 for 4 yesterday. I know he walked, and that's going to be a ball 1-0. So McMurtry in the bottom of the 4th, only with 39 pitches. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-1. The 1-1 bottom of the fourth. That'll be a little hit, a base hit. It sounded weird. It was like a nub off the bat. But the fourth inning, that's going to be a leadoff hit. Big for Gross. And Gross has been unbelievable all series. And here he comes. Here he comes. Here's Superman. He had a little Krypton last time he was up. And it's going to be a ball outside. Maybe they're getting normal and they're going to pitch him. Remember, he had a grand slam last game. He hit the grand slam, and then he hit a base hit to give him the lead. He had 5 of the 6 RBI yesterday. And he fouls it off. It'll be 1-1. He was like Cal Ripken Jr. Cal Ripken Jr. of today. The 1-1. Outside 2-1. Oh, they're being careful with Mike Schmidt. They got a gift when he was out the last time. That was a pure gift. The 2-1. Everybody is just in like, here it comes. 2-1, here it comes. And there it goes to right. Deep, but not going to be deep enough. That's going to be 2 outs. So Mike Schmidt gasped. He's 0 for 2 today. And here's Bo Diaz, who hasn't had a hit all series. You know, in this game, there's going to be a correction game. We're going to be like 13-11 one day. And that's going to be a strike. Bo Diaz, the catcher. 1-0 Atlanta. The 5th inning was a big inning for the Phillies last time. The 0-1. Did he go? Well, it doesn't matter. They call that a strike. And now it's 0-2. Runner on first. McMurtry, you know he's going to be aggressive. He's very, very aggressive. The pitch. Outside 1-2. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Diaz. Ground ball, and it'll be fouled away. Bo Diaz 0 for 1. 1-2 to Diaz. And fouled it away again. He's staying alive. He's up in that pitch count for McMurtry because McMurtry hasn't given too many balls away. Again, he fouls it off. Diaz wants his first hit. He wants it badly. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Game number 2. Philadelphia up 1-0 in games, down 1-0 in this game. And fouled again. So Bo Diaz against Craig McMurtry. The 1-2. And this will be to right field, and it'll be fair. It's fair. They point it fair. And now they got a man around third. They're going to try and go home. He's in the corner. They already have one man thrown out at the plate today, and they're not going to have this thrown out. And a big base hit now. Oh, that was big. Oh, barely fair. Barely fair. And now this is huge. Here's Joe Morgan. The former Red last night, he had the big clutch home run. 1 out. Sacrifice position, it's 0-1. Morgan 0 for 1 today in the series, 1 for 5. His only hit was what turned out to be the game-winning run in game number 1. To the 0-1, it'll be on the ground and a base hit. 1 run's gonna score. They're gonna try and come home. They won't. It's 1-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Joe Morgan, a huge hit for the Phillies. And here's Gary Matthews. Matthews 0 for 1. McMurtry in all kinds of trouble here. And it looks like Matthews is getting a little aggressive, 0-1. He hasn't had a hit all series, but you can feel the momentum. Philadelphia wants a lead here. The 0-1. Swing and a miss that fooled him. So now he's got 2 strikes on Matthews. The 0-2 with one out. Inside 1-2. The leading run is on third. In sacrifice position for Gary Matthews. Outside, not even close. It's 2-2. This is tense for McMurtry. They're already down 1-0 to the Phillies. High and foul. 2-2. This is a big out to get right here. But when I mean big out, they throw to first, nothing there. It's a big out because if you can get them and they don't get the fly ball out, you can take away the sacrifice. The double play also is in effect. In the ground, it might be. They step on second, they throw to first, they get him. It's a double play. It's the double play. But Joe Morgan, both of his hits have been RBIs. And a home run in game one, and an RBI here. And game number two, it's 1-1. So now we go to the top of the fifth. Remember yesterday, all heck broke loose in the fifth. And here's Bruce Benedict. He flew out in the second inning. Philadelphia 1, Atlanta 1. And Benedict. Schmidt to Perez, 1 out. Mike Schmidt just defensively and offensively very good so far, but his last couple of bats have not been good. But here's Glenn Hubbard. Hubbard on the ground, right to Schmidt again. And that'll be 2 outs. The Hall of Famer looking just as good defensively, which a lot of times doesn't get noticed unless you mess up. And here's Jerry Royster. 0 for 1, he grounded out in the third. Atlanta 1, Philadelphia 1. Here in the top of the fifth. That'll be a hard hit and a base hit. This will go to the wall. Maybe to the wall, and he'll go to second. And Royster gets a double. Right to the right-hand side, and all of a sudden, we go from nobody on and cruising to all of a sudden, there it is. Good night. So now here is Brett Butler, who's 0 for 2 today. Butler. And that's going to be low. They won't go to third. That's very big. Royster's on second. It would take a solid hit to get him in. Butler in a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Atlanta 1, Philadelphia 1. The pitch, it'll be high into left field. 2 outs. And making the catch, it's easy there. We go to the bottom of the fifth. This thing is still tied at 1 in game number 2. Bottom of the fifth in game number 2. And I'm telling you right now that this is so big. Tony Perez, not a hit in the series, but he did walk in the third. McMurtry, the starter, is still in the bottom of the fifth. He was a little weak last inning, and it's 1-0. Atlanta wants to win a game in Philadelphia. They don't want to have to go home with all the pressure on them there. They want the pressure to be on the Phillies. High and deep to left. Good night. And the Phillies have a lead 2-1. Good night here. A huge home run. Tony Perez, the former Cincinnati Red, has hit a home run into left field. And Joe Morgan and Tony Perez, both former Reds, both have a home run in this series. Tony Perez, a big home run. And the Phillies have a 2-1 lead. And the 5th inning, they get another home run. Tony Perez. Oh, so big. Look at this. Good night. 401 feet. McMurtry knew it. He knew it. And here is Gary Maddox. Last game I was talking about how Gary Maddox is one of the more underrated Philadelphia Phillies of all time. In a series he's 2 for 5. He popped out. Last time he was up, he's 0 for 1. And that'll be fouled again, 0-2. Philadelphia, Maddox was 2 for 4 with 2 singles in the last game. McMurtry, the 0-2, he hasn't got an out yet. And that'll be to right, and that'll be fouled off. He has 89 speed. The 0-2. In the bottom of the 5th. Down low, 1-2. McMurtry needs to get this out. He's getting a little bit weaker this inning. And that's going to be a base hit. No, it's going to be taken away, 1 out. What a catch there by Ramirez. And now, here comes Ivan De Jesus. Ivan De Jesus. High pop fly to right. And underneath, 2 outs. Here's Bob Dernier. This is his first game. Remember, he's in for Vaughn Hayes. He's hitting .500. McMurtry with 2 outs after the Perez home run. And he offered there 0-1. Bottom of the 5th, Atlanta. The pitch here, it's outside. Bruce Benedict, oh yeah. I believe he's the catcher today. There's the bunt. Speaking of Benedict, he'll pick it up, throw it to first. He's safe though. My favorite play-by-play, if I had to listen, was probably Dick Enberg for football. Dick Enberg, definitely for football. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the SBC boxing. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that game when it comes out, the SBC boxing. I'm going to do that. I'm going to immediately do all the weight classes tournaments. I'm going to love that game. That boxing game is going to be great. That's going to be a strike. Greg Gross has been a hero of this series. But I would say probably Dick Enberg was really good. Kurt Gowdy was good, but I like Don Criqui. I really did like Don Criqui. Criqui was good also. Al Michaels, I liked him. But, you know, in their profession and in their art, they did it. A little bit of Harry Carey. I liked them. And that's going to be inside, 2-1. But those were my favorites. For the Pirates, I like Lenny Fratteri. He's going to go the throw to second. He's safe at 92 speed. And that's a big one. So they go to second. The throw, and that was a great jump, and you're not going to get him. Here's Greg Gross, the 2-2. With 2 outs to Greg Gross. High pop fly right field. But underneath and makes the catch, and that's it. Tony Perez. The first pitch, goodbye, and the Phillies have a 2-1 lead. So Rampio Ramirez in the series, he's 2 for 5. Top of the 6th inning. And Ramirez, that's a base hit. No, Morgan picks it up. They throw to first, 1 out. Well, that was huge. I thought it was going to be an early base hit. Joe Morgan, what a play. And Dale Murphy now. It's getting more and more tense for Atlanta because if they lose this game, they'll be 0 for 2. They'll be 0 and 2 even though they go home. And they have a big game 3. And they'll be fouled back. You know, they had a chance in game 1. As I said, none of these teams have been very dominant. That'll be a grounder. A base hit by Morgan. The base hit gets by Morgan. I should say that, and Dale Murphy gets on. It could have easily been first and second with nobody out. And here's Bob Horner. That'll be a ball 1-0. Horner had the solo home run. They got to be careful around Bob Horner. He is a hot hitter. He can put this out. And it's 2-0. They're playing the corners with him. Last game he was 1 for 4 and had an RBI. This game he's 1 for 2 and he has an RBI. They throw back to Murphy at first. He's safe. So this could be Atlanta's inning here in the 6th. They're down 2-1. They're down 1-0 in the series. That'll be on the ground and a base hit. A huge base hit. And now we have first and second with 1 out. And if Joe Morgan wouldn't have made that great play, it would have been maybe bases loaded. Oh, that was big. And now they got the bullpen warming up. Here's Chris Chambliss. 0 for 2 today with 1 out. That'll be a strike. He flew out and he reached on an error. The 0-1. And that'll be fouled off. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. On the ground, could be 2. This is 4 to 6 to 3. You got it, and they get out of the inning. Oh my goodness, Chris Chambliss just hit into a double play. He hit into it, and now he's got to forget about it. That was a huge play, a huge advantage for Philadelphia now as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And here we go, Mike Schmidt. And now the bottom of the 6th. Here's McMurtry. And that's going to be a strike to Schmidt. Schmidt had that great game last game, but this game, he's not been so hot. He's 0 for 2 against McMurtry, and that'll be 0-2 here. Atlanta, Philadelphia, bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Philadelphia. And that'll be low 1-2. This time they're playing a game, and Mike Schmidt is absent from the RBI line. The 1-2. High and deep to left. I opened my mouth too early, and it is gone. It's 3-1. Mike Schmidt, his second home run in as many playoff games, and it is 3-1. Mike Schmidt, you're not going to keep him down. You're not going to keep him down, and Mike Schmidt makes it 3-1. Oh, what a big home run. Oh, that was big. That's the insurance run right there. Oh, that is huge. Look at this. Good night. Look how deep that thing went. Was that upper? That was upper deck. 437 feet. And they're going to bring in a new pitcher. Well, he's done. He had an all right day, but this last inning, the last two were hard for him. And coming in will be Tommy Boggs. The one thing about coming in after a home run is you don't need to worry about anybody on base. And there is nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. And that'll be to right field. And caught by the second baseman, one out. 3-1 Philadelphia. And here's Joe Morgan. Morgan, that's going to be low ball one. Gene Garber, Tony Rizzolara in the bullpen for the Braves. Tommy Boggs, the 1-0 to Joe Morgan. High 2-0. You got to get aggressive and get Morgan if you're a Braves fan. 3-0, they're pitching around them. They got Gary Matthews on deck. And here's Boggs. Morgan is 1 for 2 today. A strike there, it'll be 3-1. Bottom of the sixth. And that'll be fouled away, 3-2. The 3-2. No, and they walked Joe Morgan. Boggs wanted that call. So they have one out, and Morgan will be on first. Here's Gary Matthews. They're looking to add on to this 3-1 lead. One out. They're going to go to second high and foul back. They got to be careful on those hit and runs when you have the momentum. That was a hit and run the way the crowd sounded. And that'll be outside 1-1. Gary Matthews 0 for 2 today. 1-1 with one out. That'll be a strike. He just took that one. Matthews 0 for 2. The 11th pitch by Boggs. Low, 2-2. Can Philadelphia extend this lead? On the ground. 4-6-3. That's routine. And they end the sixth inning. Mike Schmidt, second home run in as many games, and the score is Philadelphia 3 and the Braves 1. And here's Claudell Washington.
Number 15.
And Claudell will be up 0 for 2 today, top of the seventh, and a strike. There is the bullpen warming up for the Phillies. Sorry I didn't get there and see it, but Denny in Washington again. He's going to get on. He'll get on. That's easy. They found a gap in that defense, and the Braves saw it, and they took it. Oh, what a big hit. And here's Bruce Benedict. He's 1 for 6 in the series. 0 for 2 today. Flew out and grounded out. The Phillies are starting to get to John Denny. The Braves are starting to get sorry to John Denny. And there's the strike. They're really starting to get there if they can get there. That'll be 2 in a row. Hold him there. The 0-2 now to Benedict. Nobody out. Oh, they call him out. It was out of the zone a little bit, but it's strike 3 and the 5th one of the day. Look at this. Oh, no, it was touching it. It was touching it. It was a good strikeout call. Any part of the ball touching the strike zone is a strike. And that's going to be a strike to Glenn Hubbard. They are refusing to swing the bats for some reason. I don't know why they're not in. They get him. They got him. This is turning out to be a disaster for the Braves. They pick him off at first, and there's 2 outs. What a disaster for the Braves. Oh, my goodness. They're not swinging the bat. They get picked off. Oh, that's huge. Now there's 2 outs. Denny. And that's a strike again. They're not lifting the bats off their shoulders. And now it's the 0-2. No, close. 1-2, 2 outs. 3-1 Philadelphia. He didn't go. 2-2. Beautiful Philadelphia. An inning with so much promise has turned into disaster for Atlanta. Absolute disaster. The 2-2 struck him out, and it is fitting that when they get a base hit with nobody out, and it looks so good that ends this inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-1 Philadelphia.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Atlanta.
Gene Garber, 5'10", 175, 35 years old. And he'll come in. He'll pitch to Tony Perez, who had a solo home run in the 5th. Perez's home run and Schmidt's home run have been the difference. Garber. Oh, look at that. And it's going to be a ball. Sidearm slinging Gene Garber. To left. This is back. This is back. He runs. Oh, it hits the top of the fence, though. And he's only going to get a double out of it. Only a double. But that becomes a big run. Almost a home run. Almost. Hits the top of the wall. And a big hit there. And now here comes Gary Maddox, who's 0 for 2. Maddox, that'll be ball 1. He popped out and he lined out. He's 0 for 2 today. He's hitting .333 in this series. Maddox on the ground and a base hit. Are they going to send him home? No, they won't. It'll be first and third with nobody out. And Gene Garber is so close to letting the Phillies get a lot more runs. And Devon DeJesus. DeJesus is going to be fouled off 0-1. This is a turning point in the series right now. Philadelphia has a chance to really break this wide open. And it'll be fouled off again, 0-2. If Garber can get DeJesus, he might be able to start a comeback where they get no runs. The 0-2. Outside 1-2. Even a ground ball might be a double play, but it might bring in a run. The 1-2 struck him out. He needed that, and he got it. And DeJesus goes down. And here comes Dernier, 2 for 3. This is his only game because of the injury to Vaughn Hayes. 1 out, first and third, and strike one there. He swung and he missed. Gene Garber. Oh, same place. He's getting 2. He could get another strikeout. This could be really big. The 0-2. Oh, playing low, and it goes inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First and third with 1 out. To Bob Dernier, and it's outside. 2-2. A crucial moment in this series. Crucial. Very big. The 2-2. No, it's lower. It's now 3-2. They brought him all the way back. Greg Gross is on deck. The 3-2 pitch from Garber. Ball 4, and they walk him, and it's going to be the bases loaded. For Greg Gross, who's 1 for 3 today. Greg Gross has been an unsung hero in this series. He always gets on. He's 1 for 3 today, though, and he has a chance to get a big RBI. He has a single. He scored a run. He's 4 of 7 in the series. He was 3 of 4 in the last game. That'll be a strike, 0-1. 1 out, bases juiced. This is it. If Gross gets a base hit, it's just going to make everything too crazy here. And that's going to be fouled off, 0-2. They got a shot. The 0-2 with 1 out. They'll be 1-2. Greg Gross is 1 for 3 today. The 1-2 pitch. Jammed him. And a base hit, and it's the ground. That's going to be 1. They're going to throw it home. It's going to be safe. It's going to be 2. They scored 2. It's 5-1. Greg Gross with 2 RBIs. 5 for 8 in the series. Jammed him, and he got it to drop in. He did jam him. That was a great pitch. But that went down, so Garber is done. Here's Brizzolora. 1 inning, 1 strikeout, and 1 game in the playoffs. He got in last time. So Brizzolora will come in. And you got the man right here in the 6th. His 2nd of the series. Good night. That thing went way away. When it was 2-1, it's now 5-1 Philadelphia. A home run here, and it's almost over right now. And that'll be to right field. Deep, 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 and caught. It'll be caught, though. They throw it in. They got to do it in a hurry. They have 92 speed. It'll be 2 outs. Almost. Well, when you're in it with the grand slam of the game, then you have a chance. Here's Bo Diaz. He's 1 for 3. Bottom of the 7th, and a strike there down the middle. If Brizzolora can get Diaz, then they might be able to do it. Who knows? He'll be fouled off. Remember, they were up 4-0. Atlanta was on Philadelphia, and Philadelphia came back with a grand slam. Now Philadelphia's up by 4 runs. Is it Atlanta's turn? That'll be on the ground and a base hit. It's 6-1 and it's an error. Error on the right fielder, and it's going to go first and third. Oh my goodness, in the bottom of the 7th. And here's Joe Morgan. Morgan now, and that's going to be a strike. 6-1 Philadelphia. They got 3 in this inning. Brizzolora. And that'll be fouled off, 0-2. Morgan is 1 for 2 today. He also has an RBI in every game. Morgan and Schmidt are the only ones with RBIs in both those games. People will forget about Morgan, but he had the eventual game winner, even though that Schmidt had 5, and it's 2-2. The 2-2. And down low, he fouled that one off. Rizzalara, his 10th pitch. To right field, and picked up, second to first, and 3 outs, but 3 runs in. And it is 6-1. They're about to go up 2-0. So here's Jerry Royster. He doubled in the 5th. John Denny is still in. They've been getting base runners in the last couple innings. That'll be a ball. So they've been getting it, but they haven't been getting them in. That's going to be a hard shot. Morgan to Perez, 1 out. Atlanta needs at least 2. I'm saying they need 2 in this inning. And here's Brett Butler, who's 0 for 3, flew out in the 5th. You look back, Atlanta really needed that game 1. Butler, and it hits the ground. Will it be fair? It is fair. They throw to first. He's easily safe. So they lay it down, and it'll be on first with 1 out. Here's Rafael Ramirez. And that's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Rafael Ramirez, 0 for 3 today. Did he go? He did not go. 2-0. And that'll be 3-0. Dale Murphy on deck. And that'll be a strike. So Butler's on first. It's now 3-1 with 1 out. To Rafael Ramirez, if he walks, they might have something. And that'll be hard hit and foul. 3-2. The 3-2. To right field. And will this hit the ground? It is over, and it makes the catch. The right fielder, this new right fielder, Drian. I keep mispronouncing his name, but now they get 2 outs. And here's Dale. Dale is 1 for 3 today, 2 for 8 in the series. That's 250. And that's going to be a strike. Dale Murphy, they need a home run here to stay in this game. And it'll be 1-1. You know, when at-bats start, you're all so optimistic or pessimistic. And a couple pitches in, you just forget about it and worry about the batter. Little looper. It'll hit the ground. It'll go. Throw to first. They get him. That's the end of the inning. This could be the first big win since the AL wild card game. 6-1. And here's Steve Bedrosian. Steve Bedrosian had one opportunity before for a save and he blew it. And here's Gary Matthews. Still has not got a base hit. So Bedrosian, inside ball 1. So anything else here is gravy for Philadelphia. That'll be to right field. And running it underneath, 1 out. Very big catch, a good one by Claudell Washington. And Tony Perez, 2 for 2. A home run, a double, and an RBI. He will not get the cycle today. I don't think he won't. It would take really a big effort. It'll be 1-0. In the bullpen is Terry Forster for Atlanta. Atlanta will host the next game at Fulton County Stadium. A swing and a miss here. It'll be 1-1. They got to regroup after a Game 2 loss. The pitch, it'll be a strike. 1-2 with an out. And to right field, and it'll be still 1-2. So Perez is 2 for 2 today. The pitch, and along the lines, foul. 1-2 to Perez. And that's away, 2-2. Bottom of the 8th. The pitch. It'll be 3-2. Gary Maddox is on deck. They want to get the out here, the 3-2. To left field. This is nearing the gap. It'll hit the gap. And this one will go down and into the stands. It's a double. And the last thing that they needed was that double. Hit the ground and up and in. Gary Maddox is 1 for 3. Here's Gary. And ball 1. One and 0, and now it's 1-1. Petrosian wants to get out of this inning, still 6-1. Swing and a miss here, it'll be 1-2. Philadelphia, if they win and hold on, it'll be 2-0 they lead going to Atlanta. High into right field. Underneath, and they're going to make the catch. They throw to third, but they're not going to go. Atlanta very disappointed. You can tell. Game 1 was hard, but Game 2 here, many thought that they could beat the Phillies. And it could be a very unique NLCS. But right now it's 6-1. And that's going to be a strike. Tomorrow you got Chicago playing the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays will try to go up 2-0. And if they go up 2-0, that could be huge. The 0-2 to DeJesus. Struck him out, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 9th. And final inning for Atlanta. The score 6-1 Philadelphia. Well, this is it. Bob Horner, a home run and a single and an RBI. 429 in the series, a home run and 2 RBI. So add the name of Bob Horner to somebody who's had an RBI every game. Schmidt, Morgan, and Bob Horner. They're the only players who have RBIs every game. 6-1, Horner needs on. It'll be 2-0. John Denny is still in the game. He's the original starter. Philadelphia has not switched pitchers, trying to save their bullpen. The 2-0, and it'll be hard and foul. John Denny now. The 2-1. 3-1. Chambliss will be next up. He hit into a big double play before. The 3-1 to Horner. Little looper to first. They get it. Horner will go, and he's out number 1. That was a big out. You know, a huge out. And here's Chambliss, who has not had a hit yet. in 2 postseason games. And here he is. That's going to be high pop fly. He's still probably going to remain that way. They get it, 2 outs. And 1 out away for Philadelphia. And here it is, Claudell Washington, 1 for 3. He singled in the 7th. And for John Denny, that'll be a strike. Gonna try and win this game. The 0-1. And that's gonna be deep to left and fouled off, number 2. 0-2. The Claudell Washington down to the last strike. And that'll be fouled off. The 0-2. And that'll be 1-2. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Claudell is the last hope. To left field. And let's see, it'll hit the ground and Washington will be on first. Now for them to get the tying run at the plate, they need a run in. So Claudell stays alive. And here's Bruce Benedict. He struck out in the 7th in a series. He's 1 for 7. If they would hit a home run here, that would be big. But John Denny, 106 pitches. Benedict to right field. It's deep and it is caught. No line drive and that's it. The Philadelphia Phillies are up 2-0 in this series. Game 1, you could argue, should have been Atlanta winning it. Game 2 was all Philadelphia. The 2 solo shots helped, but the 3-run inning late made it official. 6-1, they win the game. The 3-run 7th. Bob Horner was good. Tony Perez, 3 for 3, a home run and an RBI. The Philadelphia Phillies, 6-1 winners here, and they lead 2-0. They go back to Atlanta now. So big, Atlanta, that game number 3 is going to be huge. So here it is. That's Bob Horner with the home run early, 1-0. That was their only lead. I don't know what that was, but this was the out at home plate that kept it 1-0. And then Tony Perez. Good night there. And this was Michael Jack Schmidt. That was his name, Michael Jack Schmidt. Look it up. And then the catch at the end of the game. There have been teams, many teams in the past, that have come back from 2-0 down. Who knows? This series might get competitive, it might not. It's all going to be on game number 3. And you see for the Braves, Washington and Horner look good. Pitching-wise, well, Garber, that was tough. That was tough. For the Phillies, again, you had 3 people with multiple hits. Perez, Diaz, Gross, and Dernier. Schmidt was just 1 for 4, but he had a home run. Denny with the win. He went all 9 innings. He threw all the pitches. I can't believe Gross. Gross is unbelievable. The left fielder, an unsung hero. Look, Dernier, yeah, he's hitting .667 because 1 game. But Gross and Schmidt are both hitting .625 in a series. And Perez, the first baseman, is now hitting .429. The highest for Atlanta is 375, well, 500 by Claudel. So now let's take a look at the pitchers. This is the Phillies. They only had one. And here are the Braves. There's all of them. And then here we go. I don't know what to expect in game number 3 because they're going to be in Atlanta 3, 4, and 5. Philadelphia needs to win 2 in Atlanta to move on. And now here's the batter analysis. Here's all of them, and here we go. But I would say that Philadelphia, they have a 2-0 lead. They're not on cruise control yet. I would say that the Baltimore game that we had today was a little bit less convincing than this. I think Philadelphia, it wasn't the most convincing, but it was a solid effort by Philadelphia. I think that they have a shot. You know, Atlanta kicked themselves a lot. They kicked themselves a lot. Atlanta had chances. So Philadelphia, if they get a hitter here or there, it's 6-4. You know, home runs and all that, who knows? Maybe it's 4-4, it's little things. So game number 3, Philadelphia leads 2-0, will be in Atlanta. That's going to be it for us today. The final is 6-1. For Tony Perez is the player of the game, 3 for 3, a home run and a double. And he had 2 doubles and a home run. The winner is John Denny. Will go all 9 innings. The loss is Craig McMurtry. And he had 3 earned runs he gave up. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Give me about 10 minutes and we're going to go to soccer. We're going to go to the World Cup Selection Show. Thank you very much. Have a great day.